All right. Primary goal here is to figure out this bootstrapping business, right? We got to get connected to the network. We got to get connected to the DHT. We got to get ourselves into the DHT, distributed hash table, so that we can interact with other devices across the network. That is our primary goal right now. Now, in the effort for this POC, I think we've got some other side tasks that still need some attention at the end of this. One is like we haven't really been paying attention to this memory that we're allocating here. We need to deallocate that in places. We need our logging to be a little bit more consistent, I think. We need we need some comments. Those are definitely not things that we can just ignore. I mean, we're in a POC now, so it's the rules are a little more lax, but if we really want this software to ever be useful to anyone else, including ourselves, a year from now or even a month from now, then we're gonna need to, put in some of that administrative work to make this code look good. Okay, and then the last thing is maybe cut some of this and trim it down. Right, I feel like that's kind of something I've been ignoring too. All right. Let's start with this bootstrapping business. Okay, so I did notice something yesterday after I ended the video, or not yesterday, but whenever I recorded the last video, I noticed something. I am executing this Tox bootstrap method, and we are, it's coming back successful, or it's saying that it was a successful execution of this method. But I'm not getting the connection status changed callback, or when I call this deprecated method, I don't get the callback, or I don't get that the connection is intact. Then I was looking at the mini-tox implementation, right? This was the simple tox client, and something stuck out to me. They have these 3 bootstrap nodes here, 3 host name, IP address, and public key. And when they call their bootstrap method, they execute tox bootstrap on all 3 of these, whether or not it's successful or not. There is no check to see if it's successful. And I think the first time I looked at this, the idea was, well, if it fails on one, it's going to pass on at least one of the 3, right? And they only need one successful one. They could stop, I guess, theoretically, if they only got one successful one. But that is not the implementation they have here. The implementation is they try it on all 3, whether they're successful or not. And I'm wondering if, I don't have the of course, the most in-depth understanding of how the distributed hash table for Tox or how other distributed hash tables in general work. But part of me wonders if connecting to one node is not enough to establish a full connection with the network, or at least for them to consider my connection stable, right, or intact, right? Part of me wonders if you need to connect to a couple nodes before that's reflected online, which seems counterintuitive, I think, to my initial understanding of a distributed hash table being, a hash table that's, available on any of the nodes in the cluster. I can trust the data to be replicated to all the nodes that it needs to be replicated to. And I think that's still probably true to an extent. But I think there's more, I think there may be more to it that I don't understand. I know there's more to it that I don't understand, and I think I'm going to try out this strategy of just executing on a bunch of different ones. Okay, so here we are executing the bootstrap method. Okay, so let's write a wrapper for Tox Bootstrap, kind of the same way they do it. Write a wrapper, and then we can have multiple hosts or multiple Bootstrap nodes that we're going to try and connect to, and then we can just call them iteratively. So let's see. Are there private methods in Dart? Is scope defined like that? I don't think it is. Yeah. I want to do that. Okay. There's probably a preferred way of doing this, but let's just say bootstrap helper. And it's going to take in the host, port, and the public key. No. We'll take in a hex key like this. Okay. Whoa. Look at that. Success. And then, okay, just copied my code above, which is what I wanted to do. Okay, so bootstrap will print success, and then let's start trying to free up. Is there C free? Or free? It's got to be FFI related. I wonder if the calc implementation, calc and free, there you go. Okay, we can free public key, and we should also free, why is free not coming out? Do I need to qualify it? Free, it's right there. That's strange. Is there something like, no, not at all. Okay, let's look up an implementation real quick. Maybe I don't understand the usage here. Calc, let's see, Dart, Flutter, calc, free, FFI. There we go. Oh, it's calc.free. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so when I call calc, I'm essentially creating, okay, like a calc object. Oh no, but it returns a pointer. Okay, I don't understand the Dart technicality enough, but I think we have answered our question. Okay, so let's free up the public key, and then let's free up the Tox Air bootstrap as well. Look at that, memory safety. Should be using it regularly. Okay, so this will work for a host, a port, and a public key. So now we can just call, let's say, we'll just call Tox bootstrap helper, and then 53, and then is this the same number? I am not going to look that up. I assume it is. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, good. All right, so that was the first call. We can just call the other two here. No need for the structs and the for loop. I'm going to get rid of this. Okay, so let's go back to those nodes. Let's see, Tox, nodes, public nodes, user nodes. Tox nodes.chat, nodes.tox.chat. Okay, So I used this American one the other day. It says it's online. Let's try this Canadian one. Ooh, part of me wonders if there's also like a Tox version thing. Like I need to know which version of Tox is running. Look at that v02.13. Hopefully not. Okay, we will deal with that if that's the situation. Okay, there we go. Why is this key larger? Is that... Wait a second. Oh, this is the contact. This is the public key. And then 33445. There we go. 33445. Okay, and now let's choose a third server. Kurnevsky. I dig it. In the Netherlands. There we go. Some geographical diversity. There you go. How robust. How robust is that? All right. Kurnevsky. And then 33445. And then let me get this public key. There we go. All right. Now let's run this again. And what exactly am I calling in the main app? What exactly am I calling? Setting the name, setting the callback for connection status change, calling bootstrap, iterate, and then get connection status once. Okay, let's hold off on the iterate. You know what? I have it in there. Let's do it. We're doing everything. So the callback should generate something, and then the get connection status should. If either one of them works, this is if all this together doesn't work, we're going to have to reapproach the strategy. Okay, connection status is still Tox connection none. Yeesh. That's interesting. It only says bootstrapped true twice. Oh no, here's a third one. Bootstrapped true, bootstrapped true, bootstrapped true. Tox connection still none. No dice. Darn. Man, I felt so confident. Okay. So this is likely not our problem. Or the problem probably isn't the nodes we're selecting. Well, let me make sure. Like, what if I change? Let's just double check. Change the port to a 4 here, and I'll change to a 4 at the end. Ah! Bootstrapped true. Get out of town, even though I changed the port and the number. Okay. Let's make this last one ridiculous. Actually, sorry, let's keep this one good. Let's create another that is completely random. Let's say random.net. And 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is essentially a random public key, random port, random site. We're going to try them all. We can't trust success. I wonder if I can trust this error. Can we print tox error bootstrapped? Oh, we can print both. All right, let's do a hot reload. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, I meant dot value. Tox error bootstrap. Dot value does not work. Is it value? Yeah, it is. Dot value returns an int. Okay. Let's just do. All right. Dot value. Okay. And hot reload. For true. Man, look at that. Okay. So clearly this does not work. Right, every time I send tox bootstrap in, I'm getting back 0, that everything worked, even though it's definitely not working. Now I just want to see if I can make it fail. I mean, that's got to be possible, right? Okay, let's see. Let's go to ctox score and let's see what exactly the implementation looks like for this method. Let's thinking about the bootstrap. Okay. Okay. Tox score, tox H. What does it say? DHT. Okay. Tox C. Let's go to tox bootstrap. What's actually happening here? Okay. We receive our host string, a car pointer. We get our port number, the public key, root, count, resolve bootstrap node. Okay, if resolve bootstrap node fails, it must return -1, and then we get a false, but we are getting back true. Also, the error is uninitialized, and I'm reading it as 0. I guess that's possible. Okay, then we lock. Assert count is greater than or equal to 0. Bool onion success equals false. UDP success equals tox m options UDP disabled. UDP bootstrap is default success if it's disabled because we don't even try. What? UDP bootstrap is default success if it's disabled because we don't even try. What's the default option? Does it default to false? Let's duplicate this tab. And then where are tox options? I just want to see what the default is here. What do I send in for tox options? When I call, wait, options. Oh, the options inside my tox instance, I'm assuming. Yeah, tox m options. Okay, and I call tox without any options. Okay, let's look at that. Tox. Tox options free, default options. Where do the default options come from? The default options are tox options new at error. And what is tox options new? Where do we have that? Is that probably in tox options.c? There we go. Tox options new. Tox options default options. Okay, Tox options default. Here we go. Set proxy host, set save data. UDP enables to false. Okay. UDP enabled is true by default. They say options UDP disabled, so that's probably false. Okay. Okay. Okay, for int32 in count, I don't know what resolve bootstrap node does. I am afraid this is another rabbit hole, but also that I should know what it is. Let's just see. Get IP port. Count. Okay, let's assume that this resolution is working correctly. Let's go back to where we were. Here we go. Okay. Root I.port net htons. HTONS, whatever that is. Onion add BS path node, bootstrap path node. If UDP is enabled, the caller cares about whether any of the bootstrap calls below will succeed. In TCP only mode, adding onion path nodes successfully is sufficient. UDP disabled. If DHT bootstrap tox m DHT root I public key, if any of the bootstrap calls worked, we call it a success. What is DHT bootstrap? Mem copy, public key, pack nodes, send packet. This is all just building the packet. Logger error. I run this. Do we generate logs inside like the build? Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Ah! Difficult. Alright. Let's revisit this version business. Well, it can't be the version thing, right? It's not that the version of the servers are different because I'm giving in a random server. And it's still coming back true. Which, I mean, there's got to be some failure in my there's gonna be some failure in the binary somewhere, right? That like it's true with options that don't even exist. Let's go back to it here. Let's see. Toxy. We go to Tox Bootstrap. Where was that? There we go. Let's say we resolve the node successfully. And it returns some sort of count. We don't stop here, okay? There's this onion add bootstrap path node. Onion success is true, and then if UDP isn't disabled, we do the DHTB bootstrap, and that comes back true. And then some like free IP port. If count equals 0, or onion success, or not UDP success, sorry, not onion success or not UDP success, we print out this beautiful log message that I cannot see, set the error parameter and return false. We must be returning true. Okay. Onion success is defaulted to false. Okay, so count can't be, it's got to be positive. I mean, it can't be 0. It can't be -1 because we have to enter into this loop at least once if we want UDP success or onion success to come back true. And we need both of them to be true to not return an error. Which means we must be going into this. I don't believe UDP is disabled, which means we must be doing this bootstrap too. What is this? Oh man. If a node with a given public key was already in the bootstrap array, this function has no effect and returns successfully. There is currently no way to update the IP port for a bootstrap node, so if it changes, the onion client must be recreated. This doesn't look like it's actually interacting with the network at all, so this is probably just some sort of keeping track of something, memory copying. So this probably does come back true. Is UDP disabled? Okay. I don't know if this is dumb, but there's a part of me that feels weird about establishing a connection based solely on UDP. Like, do you need the TCP? I mean, is it? And that's the connection-oriented protocol. So maybe we need that in order for the connection to change. I don't know if that's true, but I think I'm at a point. Do they do that in bTox? Let's see. they bootstrap, but they don't. Yeah, they don't call the add TCP relay. So clearly, that's not a necessity. Let's see. Yeah, no, it's not there. Okay. All right. I think see, even if I was sending it in incorrectly, how would that generate success? Yeah, there's a few different pieces of this that don't quite make sense to me. If any of the bootstrap calls worked, we call it a success. What does that mean? If any of them worked, we call it a success. Maybe some are working, but some are failing. Public key is not equal, so we send the DHT send nodes request. This would return false. This returns false. So in order to return true, we must send packet. There's no other way to return early in this method. Send packet must call send packet. Oh, these all return what? Returns an integer. Wait a second, I'm confused. Send packet returns an integer. What happened here? Am I being punked? Oh, return send packet greater than 0. Okay, that's what I missed. Okay, so send packet must return something greater than 0. There's no other way to get a true back from this. Unspecified, net family IPv4, address, return -1. Result is packet length and packet data. Yeah, look at that. Record packet. What is log data? Where is this logger writing to? Can I pass the logger in? Oh, God. Like pass in a file? Let's see. Does bTox enable the logger at any point? No. Fair enough. Okay. Here is an idea. I could use their nodes. See, the tough thing with that is it's not the nodes. Right? I mean, the nodes could be completely random data. I'm still getting true back. I need some way to see what's going on inside this Tox bootstrap method to understand why I'm receiving something positive even though I'm clearly not setting up a connection. Hmm. Let's think. Okay. Interesting turn of events. Previously, I had tried to check out the Bootstrap implementation on bTox, and it showed me that there were no hits, that the word Bootstrap did not exist in this repo. And still, when I search it sometimes, I get that. Even now, it says 0 files. So I don't know if there's something a bit off with the search implementation here or what, but this time when I search for Bootstrap, I see all these files. Okay, so it looks like somewhere they're defining these nodes, the Bootstrap nodes, defining them in JSON somewhere in this file, in these files, or maybe they add them in, or the JSON is part of a response of a query that they do or something. But then in Tux core Dart, here we go. They have this underscore bootstrap where they pass in a host, a port, and a public key. Okay, string host, integer port, I have that, but this public key is probably a self-defined class, maybe? Okay, and where is underscore bootstrap? Host, port, public key, bool, function, C character, port, public key, error, string, function name, function, scoped C string, host pointer. Okay. Public key dot bytes dot scoped lib allocator length size handle error. Whoa. Okay, what is this scoped business? Takes an allocator, takes a function, f. And then if this is equal to null, what? If this is equal to null. Sorry, I'm coming from Java, and that is crazy. Okay. Underscore scoped allocator free this dot length uint 8. Pointer as typed list dot set all 0 this on uint 8 list. Okay. Okay, so this is how they take a uint 8 list and turn it into a pointer. They do the as typed and then set true into a C pointer. Okay, I have some similar logic to do that business. Let's go back. Okay, I went back too far. Okay, bootstrap. Scoped C string. What are they doing here? Okay, similar deal. They have this native string as type units length. Units.length equals 0. Allocator units.length plus 1. Pointer, native string. They're adding a zero. It's a zero terminated string. It's a zero terminated string in C. They're adding the 0 manually. I haven't been doing that. I didn't think I had to do that because I like for set name and get name. Ooh, but for set name and get name, do I pass in the size? Hold the phone. I pass in name.length, so it doesn't have to be 0 terminated. Otherwise, why? Okay. So let me make them all 0 terminated. Right? String dot to native UTF-8. Allocator is malloc. I wonder if it's okay that the allocator is malloc here instead of calloc, the calloc. Okay. Okay, so our string to car pointer, or our string to uint8 pointer might need some work. And then, okay, let's go back one, because I think we're still not quite getting it here. This public key, where are you defined? Where does public key come from? Maybe that's in the API? They don't have to declare it. Oh, but they import crypto. That's the kind of thing that might have a public key. Public key expends crypto bytes with packet. K-length 32. Public key super.bytes from JSON hex.decode value uint list uint8 list.from list unpack binary. And this is from JSON. They get a string value. Look at that. Get a string value. Hex decode. And then super bytes. Super being crypto bytes with packet. Whatever that means. Man. What is crypto bytes? Secret key. Crypto bytes. Wow, they have so much here. Field class crypto bytes is a uint8 unsigned integer 8 list with bytes. Bytes as unmodifiable view. If bytes.length is not equal to length, darn. So they use this hex class to convert between bytes and non-bytes. Where's that hex class coming from? Crypto Dart? Convert Dart. That's where it's coming from, isn't it? I bet you if I click, it'll tell me. Ah! Where were you? Here it is. Hex. Encode. It can't tell me where it's from. I think it's from that convert package. Ah! Okay. Let's see. Let's add convert. Let's grab that and let's try using that to do this conversions instead of my homegrown method for doing it that I think I got from AI. Let's try, where's my string? convert string to car pointer. No, sorry, public key. Convert hex string to pointer. We will do what does hex.decode return? Or it's hex. No, it's not. It's to JSON. Where's the from JSON? Public key. Hex.decode value string returns. All right, let's try that. uint8 list dot from. Let's see what this gives us. Honestly, uint8 list dot from list. Oh, it has to be a list of integer elements, and is that what hex dot decode? Encode gives us a string. Decode takes string. Is it that straightforward? I get a U8 list, and then can I do result dot? Whoop. Should we try it? See if this decoding was better than my decoding, and for some reason that was causing the problem. Still don't understand Tox's behavior. Okay, still Tox connection none. Still all the bootstraps are successful, even the random one. Okay, so I don't think that was the issue. Just added a new dependency for, I don't know, probably a good reason. Okay, let me think again. Okay, one other thing we forgot that could have undefined behavior is we're not putting a 0 manually on our convert string to car pointer, right? So there could be something there. So what if we do pointer car? Result gets calc car string.length +1. There we go. Okay, and then what do I do with this set all business, right? Not for the type pointer. Oh, because I'm doing it on result. It would be more like, what does this return? Ah, look at that, 0 terminated UTF-8 encoding from, it already makes it 0 terminated. It's already in there, it's built in. That's not our issue. All right. Okay, here's a possibility. What if I'm just not waiting enough time, right? What if I need to, I know I let this run for a long time and I'm not getting the event, but what if that's because I'm not calling the iterations? Like I think the events are generated by calling the iterate command, and I only call iterate once right at the beginning, right? So theoretically, maybe if I call iterate like 20 times, I'll get something. If there's like a real like, let's just create a for loop and try it. Okay, we're trying tox iterate 10 times here. Let's actually do it 1,000 times, and let's wait for. There's like a tox iterate iteration something. Right? Tox iteration interval returns a time in milliseconds before tox iterate should be called again for optimal performance. All right. That should be easy. Just get iteration interval tox self get iter. No, it's not a get. Iter. No, tox iteration interval returns an integer. Maybe I can make this an int and just return. There we go. That's straightforward. And then how do you dart sleep milliseconds? In async code, in sync code, just sleep duration. Okay. Import Dart.io. I think I already have Dart.io. No. All right. Let's do this one. I think this is synchronous, so it should be fine. Putting this for loop in here is funny, but sleep duration, is there like a milliseconds? There we go. Give iteration. There we go. All right. Let's see. Connection status changed to 2. That's what it was. It was time the whole time. Oh my gosh. I probably had a working implementation dozens of changes ago. I probably had a working implementation. And that was the event, wasn't it? That's not me calling. Because we're still in this loop. Oh, the event even works. Gosh. There's a part of me beginning to lose hope. All right, and then there's the current connection status UDP. There we go. That was the synchronous request. All right. There we go. Connection status is online. Last thing to do is send the friend request and then clean this up a little bit. I think, and I think that marks the end of the POC. Okay, all right. Let's see if we can clean up this chaos a little bit. Man, I wonder if it would work before. If I really needed to import this whole hex business. I don't know. It is cleaner. I'm going to leave it in. I think I trust the bTox implementation more than AI's. Okay. All right, let's clean up a little bit and then try the friend request. Let's see if we can knock this out. Okay, so tox error, if it's not equal to 0, failed to create, and we throw the exception, and then we should free tox error new. I don't think we need to free the tox options, and I'm also wondering if we even need to send in, I just put null pointer there if we're not defining any options. Or you know what would be good? To just add a no options define, use default options. Thank you. Okay, and this will create a new instance of tox. Tox start is really just a wrapper around this new instance. There we go. We're freeing up the unused business. We should honestly free the tox at the end, the tox instance. I don't think we're covering that in the POC. All right, Bootstrap. Add some Bootstrap nodes from, what was that site? ToxChat? Nodes.tox.chat. Yeah, we can. This is an example. And then we need okay. Let's convert host to pointer car, and then pointer car host pointer. We can drop that in there, and then convert hex key. We go. Let's say convert public key to pointer, and then this is here. This gets freed up. Public key gets freed up. Bootstrap success. I'm gonna leave that. That took so long to get. Make that a little more clear. Just add some appropriate spacing. Okay. I also think we should add in probably log.info new tox instance created. Thank you. And then let me add an error right before we throw this exception. Failed to create new tox instance, and then print the error. Is there like a tox new error to string? Honestly, this is what we should be doing. You get the value and then it returns a pointer to a car. Let's do string. Oh no, I'm gonna get a pointer to a car, aren't I? Pointer car. Error message gets bindings tox error new to string tox error new dot value. I think it's just tox error new. Is it really a value? Yeah, what is error? Is it a value? What is it? Tox error new. Yeah, it is a value. Value dot value. No, it's a pointer. Right? Pointer unsigned in cannot be assigned to tox error new. Is it really? Dot cast. Can be assigned to tox or new. Native type parameter of u. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Okay. Let's see if we can play this game. Again, they like error over error. Tox our new int value. Is that not a thing? Tox our new dot from value. There we go. That's how we do it. All right, and then the error message is what we'll actually print out here. There you go. Beautiful. All right, that one's aligned. Bootstrapping prints already something. Won't see a failure there. Connection status, change status. I think that's all we need to do there. Set callback for connection status. We don't want to get connection status this way. The iterate just calls. You can print a log message for that. Iterating or tox. Actually, we call this so often. Printing this error message is crazy. Maybe trace. No, wait. Finest. Or finer. Maybe there's something. I still don't understand the that granularity. Okay. And then this is probably rare. And then here we have error message, converted name. We should be getting this error message. We leave it as a null pointer. We don't even care what it is. Okay, and then these are all simple conversions. I feel like we can do the due diligence. It's not that crazy. Error. Error message tox set info to string. Excuse me, is that what this is? In set name. Set info. Tox error set info. Okay, yeah. Tox error set info from value error message. Error message, error message. Oh, whoa. Pointer car. Yikes. Do I have a pointer car to string? Do they allow overloading? They do not. Okay. Convert car pointer to string. Pointer cast. Okay, still looks like it'll accept all of this. This is what we want to do. Error message ptr, and then string error message pointer. There we go. And then let me put this up on this one too. Excellent. All right. Okay. That makes this all a little bit clearer. bTox score, bindings, bootstrapped. This is the callback. Iterate, iteration interval. Okay, this is beautiful. All right. This feels a little more clean. Oh wait. We need to calc.free converted name. And the error. Is there an error message here? No, this is just a get. There you go. Nope. There is one here. There we are. Whew. Okay. Okay, now we're a little bit more on track. Iterate could also probably take an error. I'm not going to worry too much about it. Last thing I want to do is set this to 100. Get rid of get connection status. And then I would like to send a friend request. Let's see, Tox friend request. Tox max friend request length. Tox friend add. I thought I was here. Let's set that up again. Tox friend add. I don't want the no request one. I want the request. Okay. Tox friend number. The friend number on success and unspecified value on failure. So how do I know? Okay, right. That's how I know if it's a failure or not. Okay. All right. Let's call this send friend request. Let's do it. We'll put it in down here. Void. Can this be Boolean? Bool send friend request. Whoa. Let's see if this is right. All right. An address and a message. Is that what's actually sent? Yes. A Tox. No. A Tox instance. And then an address, which is the address of the friend, returned by Tox self get address of the friend you wish to add. In bytes. The message sent along with the friend request. Okay. So here we're taking in an address as a string, then converting the hex string to public key. What? No. Let's call this address pointer. Address pointer gets. No. Again, no. Why would we? Oh, because we pass in address pointer and it sets it. Okay. Pass in address to get out the pointer, converted message. I think we have to do the exact same thing. No, it's because it's a unit 8 pointer. Okay, and then address pointer, converted message, message.length, because we know the address length, and then the error, calc, int error, and request error, friend number, public key, address pointer. Okay, so that was the only thing. It was mixing those two up. Return error equals 0. Okay, this is fine. let's now call talks dot send friend request. Hello from Dart. Beautiful. And then this is a completely random one. Okay, now I will do the horrible job of I downloaded a Tox client on my phone a while back. Somewhere on here. Let's see. bTox. Yes. I wonder if bTox has a relation to bTox. Oh my gosh. I wonder if bTox was like the first official stab from TalkTalk and now bTox is the second with Flutter. That would be wild. I don't know if that's true. All right. Brought to you live by bTox. Could be completely mistaken. Okay, I am online here. And I have a Tox ID. I am assuming that the Tox ID is the thing. Let me see if I can email this to myself. This is huge. Okay, let's go to address. Okay, I just emailed it to myself. Let me pull it up here. I'm not going to show my email. Here we go. Here's the address. Oh, it's much larger. Is it supposed to be larger? Okay, is the address size larger than the public key size? Because the public key size was exactly 32 bytes. What's the address size? Is that defined up here somewhere? Public key size 32, secret key size 32, conference ID, address size, public key size, no spam size, plus 2 bytes. 6 bytes, it's 38. I think that's exactly what I put in. Okay, so this is probably a valid address from my phone, which is, I believe, online now. And the question is, do I get a friend request? I don't know if I can see friend requests on this app. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I don't know what will happen, but let's do a hot restart, see if we get. Oh, because I put that iterator. Send friend request. Error 0. Friend number 0. Does that just mean it's sent successfully? I don't know that that actually means that it. Okay, hold on. What did I return? Friend number was the response of Tox friend add. Friend numbers are unique identifiers used in all functions that operate on friends. Once added, a friend number is stable for the lifetime of the object. The address of the friend. I am checking on my phone if I actually got back a. there's nowhere on here that shows like friend requests received or something like that, right? So there's no way for me to like guarantee it. I wonder if I can find another. Is there like a solid way to test sending friend requests? Oh, you know what? I wonder if I wonder if there's another Tox app, a client for Android on my phone that I can download that has a little friend request thing. I just want to get that ping, you know? Okay, let's see. bTox. bTox is the only one I see. If there are updates. Oh wait, friend request messages are now added to the chat history. Does that mean I would have seen it? You know something interesting? I never actually came online, did I? Yeah, I never came online. Okay, so clearly I needed 1,000 to be in the ballpark, and then Tox iterate needs to stop printing this. It's too much. Let's do a hot restart. Connection status changed. There we go. That didn't happen last time. That did not happen last time. Okay, 1,000 might be too large. Maybe 500? Oh my gosh, come on, send the friend request. There it is. Nothing. Yeah, I didn't get anything on my phone. But then again, I don't know. I feel like I'm not 100% certain that it would show. Ay. I'm trying to think if there's another. What's tough is I'm not saving my Tox instance, so I can't like rely on having the same address each time. And I don't think it's the same thing to receive a friend request and to send it, right? Because I could just send a friend request to this account. It's not the. It's not the same. All right, let's see. Let's think how. All right. I'm not convinced that my phone's Tox client will show me this friend request when I send it. I don't see another solid way around this other than printing out my Tox address and then from my phone checking to see if I can see the status message I feel like that's enough interaction to show that I'm interacting with another device over the network. Or, wait, hold on. Would it make more sense to see if I can get the status message from my phone? Okay. Let's see if we can do this. Let's try this. Let's try string get. Let's try get status message of friend. Okay, and then we pass in no, talks friend get connection status. Oh, see, maybe that's better. Or get name. No, let's do get status. Get status message. Okay, and you take a. Do I have to get length first? To know how long it's going to be? Okay, let's just get status. If we can get an online status, that's a good sign, right? Okay. What do I need to pass in? The talks, the friend number, and the error. Okay. Easy. Oh, wait. Let's see. Friend. Get status message size. There we go. We get the status message size. We can do the status message. Okay. We get status message size of friend, and then number and int. Here, we'll pass. We'll at least do that, right? Int friend number. We'll pass in the friend number. Friend number, null pointer. Let's forget about the error. Undefined name, friend number. What's going on there? Constructor must be. There we go. Okay, int length, calc length, friend status message, talks status message, null pointer. Why is this wrong? Pointer UN8, talks, start friend number. Oh, we need the friend number again. Friend number, status message. What is it? Talks, friend number, error, get status message. There we go. Convert pointer to string, calc free status message, return result. Okay, let's do this. Let's go to main Dart. We send the friend request, and this returns a bool. Let's return friend number. Let's have it return an int. There we go. Status message of friend. Okay, and then I think we said 500 was enough. All right, let's run it. Here we go. We get the bootstraps, connection status, we are online, we are in. What is my status message? Okay, on my phone, I think it's brought to you live by bTox. Oh, it just says 0. Colon? Friend number 0, status message not there. Okay, let me... No, my status message is brought to you live by bTox. It's the default one for this client. Ah. I'm not able to get the status message. Okay. What does this return? A Boolean. Okay. Okay. Let's see what error we're getting. We need to care about the errors. Pointer. I like how it calls it. What? Not print. We want to, if error value not equal to 0, error message pointer. What is it? Tox error get. Friend. Send a message. Nope. Add to public. String, custom packet to string, delete to string. Aye. Okay, you know what? Let's just print out the error code and I can look it up. There we go. And then let's do the same thing. Let's pass in error again. And throw this out the second time. And then let's make sure we say this is message, not message size. Okay. Run it again. Let's see if we get any known failures here. Connection status. No, status message of friend. We didn't hit any errors. Okay. Can I try? I wonder if there's an issue. I don't know entirely how the friend request business works. Like if we have to receive a friend request in order to see friend statuses, that would make sense. Like maybe they're asking me for my friend request and I don't know who you are, so I don't add it. That would suck. I think it's crazy, but I think I have to type out the address of my temporary Tox client. In order to add it as a friend on my phone. That might be too much. We're talking about 76 characters here. Okay, you know what? I think I'm going to declare that we've gone far enough. I have to believe if we're bootstrapping and getting events, right, and setting statuses that we could go further. Obviously, I know we can from bTox. I think I am sending a request successfully. And I think not having another Tox client. See, yeah, I mean, I'm tempted to almost pull out another laptop or download another app on my phone or try and get another Tox client that I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's one half of it. I think ATOX is probably enough, honestly, if I'm real with myself. But there's this other layer of all these steps you have to do before you can even like maybe send a status message. And I think that's beyond the POC. See, what's funny is originally I wanted to send a message, and then I realized in order to send a message, you have to do all the stuff to create a friend. So I thought I'd just send a friend request. But I don't know if this client shows the friend requests, and I'm not sure how to interact beyond that. All right. I think we've gone far enough. I think this is success. I think we've gotten as far as we need to. Getting the little connection thing was probably good. I'm going to remove this whole status message of friend and not worry about that. I will sleep soundly tonight with the success of this plugin or with this POC. Okay, callback status change, the bootstrap helper. I think all of this was in and clear. Unnecessary braces and a string interpolation. Oh yeah, it's just the $sign is enough for this. Is that the same up here? Okay, this looks good. Let's go back to main Dart. Let's not worry about this. Let's keep the send friend request, just not the status message. There we go. There we go. We'll call this our success. This is that Tox client on my phone. So if anybody ever does watch to the end of this video and I still have that client on my phone, it can be reached. This is fantastic. Okay, I think this was, I won't do a whole nother summary. I did that in the 7th video when I thought I was going to conclude this project, or this POC. I'm not going to do that here. I think this was still successful, and even more successful now. I'll put this plugin up. I'm not going to publish it, obviously. There's nowhere near enough functionality for somebody to use it, but I do think that this design of wrapping your instance in a Tox Dart, right, and interacting in this way, I do think it makes sense, or at least it does to me. It's very object-oriented. The C is completely abstracted. I could definitely see somebody, if this was full out, and by somebody I mean myself, but anybody, right, importing this plugin and then creating a Tox Dart and interacting solely through that, right? Setting their name, connecting all of this to a front end, having some sort of background process that runs the iterations. This is, I think this is well within understanding. Yeah. Hope whoever watches this enjoys it. Thank you.